Hey friends, welcome back to Our Vision Farm. My husband just got our Premier One fencing solar powered energizer working again. So originally we bought this fence less than 2 years ago, so it was still under the 2-year warranty, but our fence wasn't working for some reason and we couldn't figure out why it wasn't getting any voltage. So they sent us the motherboard of the energizer and we replaced it, and it still didn't work. So then they sent us the transformer for the energizer. So apparently this is what broke on ours, because he just finished switching it out and now our fence is definitely working. It's getting the proper voltage. So Premier One just asked us to return this. They had already sent us a return shipping label, so we just have to pack that up and return it to them. But our fence is back to working, so that is a really good thing. If you did buy a Premier One fencing, go straight to their website, and eventually after you get to like the customer service, you get a phone number to call them in, and they kind of help you figure out what went wrong with your fence. And if there's anything wrong with the energizer part, whether it's a solar powered one or like a plug-in electric one, they're supposed to cover it for 2 years. And then I am not sure what their guarantee is for the actual fence, but I know for the most important expensive part is the energizer, so they do cover that for 2 years. So that is good, because we just put our little baby chicks outside today, so before it gets dark we're gonna go out there and get this fence up. So I moved our chicks outside today because they were just going through so much pine shavings and making such a mess. Even in the setup where I had split all 50 chicks into 3 different containers, it would still, at this age, they just poop and eat, poop and eat. They spill their water everywhere. So it was time for them to go outside. And I put them right here in front of our house. Bedroom windows are really close by, so I should be able to hear if there's anything try to get to them. But at least we have the fencing for extra protection. So, and it is a rainy day today. I think it's done raining for today, but over half of our thing is covered by this tarp, so they are safe from the rain. And I made sure to put their food and water under the tarp. That's very important too, because meat chickens aren't the smartest and don't know how to get away from the rain and the weather. So I made sure to put all their feed and water dishes. They have 2 feeders, a big water back there and just a little one over here. Put it all under here, under the safety of the tarp, to encourage them to stay on this side of the hoop house. This is 50 meat chicks and they're still very young, but we wanted to go ahead and put them outside because they were just so messy. So this is the only area that's exposed without a tarp that is exposed to the weather. There's plenty of space for them right now, but when those get bigger, we will be splitting them up with that hoop houses. Well, that hoop house. We're going to get the 2 roosters out of there. We're probably going to be processing them because we do want to do that as well, just to see how the white Plymouth rocks compare to regular Cornish cross, as in meat and weight and all of that. And they're sitting there fighting with each other. So when these 50 chicks, when it starts getting a little bit too much for one hoop house, we'll split them up into 2 hoop houses like we usually do. We're starting them off really close to the house just so that we can kind of peek out the window, especially during the night. We can look out here a couple times at night and see, like my bedroom windows right there, I can literally see and hear anything that's going on. And as time goes, we're going to start moving them that way to fresh grass. But since they're so little right now, they'll be in this spot for a good while. and then we'll just keep moving them to a fresh new spot of grass as they get bigger. They'll need a move almost every single day. So I like our little lightweight hoop houses because I can move them with the help of like my son or my husband. We can just easily pick up each side and scoot them to fresh grass as needed. So we're gonna set this up now because it is starting to get dark and we want to make sure to have this extra layer of protection for tonight. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen how to set this up. It's like a all-in-one kit that we bought from Premier One Fencing. So it comes with the poultry netting and the solar power energizers already charged up. because it gets charged from the sun, but we had also plugged it in a while ago to charge it when we were trying to figure out what was wrong with it. So, and all that comes together in one piece. It has the ground wire, and it has a little clamp that clamps to our fence. And then you just have to make sure both ends of the fence are connected, and we usually tie it with these little black ropes it came with. So it's as simple as that. And this is a lot of fence just for this one hoop house, but that's just the size it comes in. It was a 100-foot fence, but later on when the chicks grow and we split them up into 2 hoop houses, then it's plenty of space to fit the 2 hoop houses in there. There's just going to be a lot of extra space for now because it's only 1 hoop house. Alright, we are back in business. Fence is set up and he's just getting it plugged in there. We took advantage of the extra fencing we had to cover our peach tree and our nectarine tree. Look how big our peach tree has gotten. It has so much new growth. When we first planted this here and we had the deer coming to eat it, this peach tree, I think once we put this fencing up, it was only about a foot above the fencing, and now look how tall. It's like, that's another 4 feet that it has grown. So we're going to have to start trimming it down a little bit because I don't want to get it to the point where it's too tall where we can't harvest peaches all the way up there. Nectarine tree next to it is doing really good too. It has gotten a lot bigger, but I covered it with the electric fence because a deer did come and kind of nibbled off anything that stuck out of the fence. And oddly, it is flowering. Our peach tree did this not too long ago too. It had like 2 or 3 little flowers, and then the flowers died off and there's no peaches on it. It looks like the nectarine tree is doing that too, but this is not the season for these right now, so I'm not sure why it is that they're blossoming. So it's working good. Yep. So our fence. Just wanted to give you guys an update that our chicks are finally outside and onto grass for the rest of their 8 or 9 weeks here with us, and then we'll be processing them and delivering to those who already prepaid for their chickens ahead of time, and then we'll offer up the rest for sale to the public. And most of these are already reserved, so I'm happy to finally have them outside and have them with the solar powered fence. So that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this update and seeing how this setup works. Once again, I've shared it many times in our pasture raised poultry business playlist. I have a whole playlist set up of when we first started our pasture raised chicken business, like before we even bought our first meat chicks, before we got our permit and everything. If you guys want to watch that and learn how you can sell chicken straight from your own farm in your backyard, how you can sell it legally to customers, and you can also sell their eggs to customers, any type of poultry meat and any type of poultry eggs you can sell for eating to customers. Definitely watch those videos so we can teach you how we started from scratch on that and how easy it is to get that permit. The permit here in Florida costs about $110 a year, which is really not bad, and you're allowed to sell to customers directly. You're also allowed to sell to restaurants and hotels that will be cooking your poultry. You can't sell it wholesale or at a store or anything like that, but you can sell it to like businesses that are planning on cooking it, so that is really good. So definitely check that out, run that playlist, and you can see when we first started in the first little baby steps of that part of our farm. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and get to watch that playlist. I'll see you guys in the next one.